Was that a more active deployment?
That one was active. The follow-on was the one that was the hottest.
Yeah, in Iraq in 06.
That was Afghanistan in 06.
Oh,
yeah.
no shit.
Yeah.
What made it so hot?
So skipping to the 06 one then.
Or I guess, are there parts from the 04 that are worth story-wise talking about?
So that was the OGA Predator one that we went. And then obviously the kind of going after that network of folks that had set up the ID and attacked those boys. That's kind of what that deployment consisted of.
Okay.
So it was good. It just, the next one overshadows it.
Yeah. All right. So the next one, leading up to it, you spent another year and a half or two in England. Leading up to it, were you told? Did you anticipate it was going to be pretty gnarly?
Well, my buddy Shawn Harvell, who is dead now, he was one of the most decorated dudes in the Air Force. I replaced him.
Oh, okay.
And so you kind of talk to the folks. You're reading their sit reps. You're talking to folks that you're going to replace. So I'm talking to him. He's like, dude, we got a lot of shit coming up, and it's already been crazy here. So prepare yourself, kind of thing. So I was stoked. That's kind of the hint that I had going in.
How
that it was going to be great. So he actually was killed in Long Beach.
Oh, wow.
After he'd already retired and stuff like that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate. What happened was the way I understand it is he was hanging out in a hot tub kind of thing, and somebody dared him there, right there on the Pacific. I don't know if it's an Airbnb or whatever, but somebody was like, dude, you can't swim to that fucking island. And he's like, yeah, I can. So as you can imagine, going from a hot tub into the Pacific, his body didn't have time to regulate that temperature, and he drowned.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. So you're talking about a dude that had 2 silver stars, Purple Hearts.
God,
I mean, he was a straight up badass. And then
man, that sucks.
That was actually after his brother Andy Harvell was also killed. So his brother Andy Harvell was in extortion.
No shit.
Yep.
As a CCT guy. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
poor family.
Yep. Yeah. It's bad.
Wow. All right. So you take his spot.
Yep. So I take his spot, and we were attached to the Canadian SOF.
Those guys are fucking pipe hitters.
Dude.
Well, so that makes me think, can you just off the top of your head rattle off all the different units you've worked with to the best of your ability?
No. Because I've worked with the Brit SAS, the Kiwis, a little bit with the Aussies, your normal ODAs, one SEAL team, 10th group, like that kind of stuff. The good thing about being in the UK was, we did have easy access to like the Polish GROM, the Norwegian Jaegers, that kind of stuff. So whenever we do training events, like even if it wasn't a deployment, we're still training with them. Like we did a lot of stuff in Norway, which was amazing with the Go Plats and that kind of stuff. Well,
so I know, it's probably too many to remember, but is there a unit that stands out that you've worked with that's like the top? Like who? Like if you had to say, I worked with
the CANSOF.
No shit.
They were awesome, and just awesome human beings too, right?
I mean, what made them take the top spot operationally?
Their professionalism, their taking a step back. Even their most tactical level dude was able to take a step back and understand the kind of the operational picture of impact of what they're doing.
Yeah. Shout out to Canadian fucking Special Operations. That's pretty awesome. I mean, we were with them in Iraq. We didn't actually operate with them, but I remember seeing them. And you can just tell, when a dude fucking carries himself, like they for sure had kind of a vibe to them that I was like, man, these dudes are fucking legit. And at that time, as a 23-year-old, I was like, you guys have special operations? This is, 03.
Yeah.
But, so give me a fucking break. But I was just like, holy shit, I didn't know you guys had, whatever. But
yeah, and they accepted us too. Like it wasn't, there's something to be said for taking an attachment and not only allowing an outsider into your organization, but you understanding the kind of difficulties that they're having is like they're in the new, they've got to prove themselves and that kind of stuff, and just kind of going like, hey dude, you're part of the fucking team.
Yeah.
Like you're in here on everything. Even when we're airing our dirty laundry, you're in here.
Yeah. Man, that's cool. So, all right. So the 06 Afghanistan deployment, of all the ones that you've done, does that stand out as being the most Michael Bay script movie-esque?
Yeah. That one was by far the most kinetic.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the kinetic 06 Afghanistan deployment, leading up to it, you'd kind of gotten a tip off that, you know, it was going to be active. There was a bunch of shit planned. It had already been pretty active for the guys that were already there. Did you have a sense of what those things were, kind of from a beyond the tactical application, in terms of where we were at in Afghanistan as a military, what the kind of big picture objectives were and how you fit into that, or was it very surface level?
My understanding was very surface level. I never, to my own detriment, and I regret it more now than I did then, was I stuck surface level.
Yeah.
You know, I was just very tactical. I didn't care about the operational impact, strategic, you know, what the lines of effort were. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go get some.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's really what it was.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just knew that there was going to be a fairly large operation coming up where it was a mixture of, you know, CANSOF, conventional Canadian forces, ODAs, and that kind of stuff.
Was there any direction given as far as this is the area you're going to, this group of or subset of the Taliban is doing X, we're going to try to, like, did they even tell you that, or was it just go over there and do what you're told?
Yeah, so it was in the Panjwai Valley. So Panjwai historically is where the Afghans kicked the Russians' ass. Very, very hardened structures in terms of grape drying huts, the grape or whatever, the hedgerows or whatever, were these massive, you know, 10 feet tall. Well, everything's 10 feet tall to me, but, you know.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
That's fucking great.
So, you know, nobody could really see over them, kind of thing. So, and it's just where the Taliban and Afghanis had really dug in, and they just put the work to the Russians. So that's kind of where we were, and we knew that it was going to be a tough fight. So all of the planning and operational stuff that we did, so it was called Operation Medusa. And
pretty apt.
Yeah. So we basically, and this was, you know, in Panjwai, so there was, you know, it's still mountains and a river valley and that kind of stuff, but we essentially used a mountain range to split it. So me and the Canadians had everything from the mountain, on top of the mountain, north, and then the two ODAs had everything from just south of the mountain. So these were, you know, we went in with everything: Apaches, A-10s, AC-130s, B-1s, everything that you could think of. We kind of had, and we were dropping so much that we ended up getting naval aircraft as well, Super Hornets and Harriers, because it was just so kinetic.
And it was a kind of a mixed bag, or a fucking potluck of different units all kind of hitting it at the same time from different. I mean, that's a pretty remarkable feat of coordination, you know, global militarily. You know, like that's impressive.
Yeah, it was a massive operation.
And how long was that? Or how long were you there, I guess?
Well, I mean, that whole deployment was 6 months because I split the deployment because, I mean, kudos to the CANSOF. They were like, hey, we've already been here. We're ripping out of country, and we're going to go R&R for a month in whatever amazing place.
Thailand, probably.
Yeah, and then we'll come back.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit on my ass. So they attached me to an ODA.
Oh, okay.
So we, taking a step back though, with the Canadians, I mean, it was unfortunate because that was when we had the A-10 frat. So what had happened was I was on top of the mountain with the 6 snipers, and I had been calling CAS for 18, 20 something hours at that point, just dropping bombs.
Everything?
Everything. Winchestering Apaches, Winchestering A-10s.
Wow.
During that time, I had Winchestered 3 AC-130s.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, we were doing a lot. And so one morning, I had been calling CAS all night, so I was like, I'm done. And there was a conventional Canadian JTAC on the ground at the base of the mountain. I hadn't met him or anything like that. I just knew his call sign was down there. I needed to pack up, hike down the mountain, rest, refit, get some sleep. And so, unfortunately, I turned my radio off, which, again, I'm handing it over to. So I didn't do anything wrong, but I do regret turning my radio off. So as we're hiking down the mountain, we are about halfway down the mountain, and just get this weird kind of, I guess, just not right, spidey senses. And I look up, and I can see an A-10 barreling down at us, and then I see smoke coming out of the gun. So where we were at, you got top of the mountain, you got the base, and they're coming down this way, and we're mid it. So it looked like he was coming at us, but it went over our head and hit the strikers that were down below. So what happened, or the reason why that happened, was because the JTAC that was calling in the strikes procedurally kind of messed up. And it was in that gray hour of the night, or the morning rather. And he was saying, hey, call contact on a fire, which is, as you're trying to get a pilot's eyes onto a target area, you're starting to go big to small and talk them in. Well, he said, call contact on a fire. What he didn't know was his buddy on the other side of the striker had lit a fire for the morning. So the hog driver was like, yeah, I'm contact. And he's like, Roger, that's your target, your tally target. Report in direction, expect clearance on final. So called them in, and then that was an immediate knock it off after that. I think it incapacitated 34 people.
Did it kill anybody?
I think so.
Man.
But I mean, it was a quick burst, and then I've never seen an A-10 fly so low and so slow after it happened, because now he's trying to, he's obviously freaking out about it too, and he's getting so low and try to. So I immediately turn on my radio, walk down, we start assessing, getting people out of there, medevac and that kind of stuff.
If you had your radio on, you would have been able to stop that?
I could have, if I had my radio on and was paying attention. Yeah, I could have called a board, and anybody that's calling a board on that mic, or especially since I had been working with them and my call sign, like that frequency was my frequency that they were working on.
Yeah.
So yeah. I could have aborted them, but I would have also had to have been paying attention.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. Which, if it's talking, I would have been paying attention.
Yeah. Is that something that you've struggled with over the years?
Maybe I should, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. You get kind of numb to some stuff, I don't know if that's the adrenal fatigue or whatever it is, but, or you just go, you know what, I accept it, that's.
Yeah. I think, at least my philosophy on it, over the years, we've all known a lot of fucking people that have been killed, and just seen a lot of tragic shit that, if you've never been through that or never experienced those types of things, the first time it happens, or even, a couple of times, it'll be devastating and will put you through the ringer. And I think, I honestly think it's probably more of like almost a protection mechanism, or like a self-preservation kind of thing, where, your body can only handle that kind of emotional duress for, at that level for so long, for so many times, before it actually is harmful. And I think, it's probably just your body's way of kind of protecting you from that, is that you get to a point where it's like, you can't do it anymore, For
sure. And I think experiences throughout your life also help you with that, like I said, I didn't have anything growing up, but within the first 3 weeks of living in the UK, me and a buddy responded to an accident that involved kids,
Like an auto accident?
Yeah, so I don't know if you may have heard of him. His name's Ivan Ruiz. He's pretty decorated PJ. So him and his girlfriend at the time had gotten in a car accident, and the roads over in the UK are tiny.
Yeah.
And especially the A1101. So if there's anybody in the UK right now, they're very familiar with that road. So it's very thin. You think of our roads out here, especially in Texas, they're nice and wide. Take 3 feet, make them thinner by 3 feet, each of them, going opposite direction, and, 60 to 70 miles an hour. On the edge, there's no guardrails except a 10 to 15 foot drop because it's all farmland.
Oh, wow.
You're right. So really gray, wet, nasty. Ivan and his girlfriend get in a head-on collision with a car that had a mom and 3 kids in it. Ivan spun out, hit. So he made a decision. I'm either going to purposely put our car in the ditch, because the lady was trying to pass when she shouldn't have been. I'm going to purposely put it into the ditch, or I'm going to hit this lady head on. He chose to hit her head on. He didn't know that she had kids in the back.
Yeah, how would you know?
Yeah. So he spun out, hit an electrical wire or electrical pylon, and it collapsed and, fire. Straight out of a movie, right?
Yeah.
Her car flipped upside down into the ditch, which was filled with water.
Oh, man.
He's got a broken arm. He gets out and starts like trying to assess. I mean, this is right outside of base. This is 5 minutes from base. His girlfriend at the time just clicks her phone, and my number is the first one that comes up. So she just calls in a panic, tells me what's happened. I'm in the car. I'm on my way. I pull up, and that's when he's pulling the first kid out of the vehicle. So he had gone into the vehicle, felt for the mom, or felt for the driver, couldn't feel anything. And he gets out, and he's like, man, that's weird. Let me go.
It was underwater?
It's underwater. Yeah. So upside down underwater. So then he goes, all right, I'm going to go back under just to see if I can find the person again. Goes back, and as he's feeling, he can feel like legs in the back seat. So he comes up, gets another breath, goes in, grabs the first kid. And I just happen to be like right there. So he passes them to me. Then he's like, I'm going to go back in. So I started doing CPR on the kid. And then he goes back in, finds another kid, pulls that kid out, hands him over to me. And by this time, there's a nurse there that's another airman. So she starts working on the other kid. He goes back in again and gets the third kid, baby, out. And so now he's working on that. So all 3 of us are working. He's got a broken arm, and we're swapping. We're getting tired, so we're swapping. And
was the mom still under?
So it turns out that she got ejected, and the car landed on top of her.
Oh, man.
So there was no way anybody was going to get her. But yeah, so all 3 kids passed away. Like we couldn't get them out, or we couldn't revive them. So you experience things like that. And I was fine with just kind of like, it wasn't a big deal, right? I didn't have any kids at the time, and of course some of the dads that were there, some of the team guys that were already fathers were like, hey dude, are you okay? Because I'm just going about my business. I'm like, yeah, man, but like you should probably talk to somebody. I never did. And I still don't think I need to. Right. But, I tell you what, if it happened now, like being a father, boy, that would be tough. Like, dude, I can't even talk to people about my kids without like getting emotional. It's weird. Yeah. I don't know. Like I have a retirement ceremony coming up, here in the near future, I'm sitting here going like, I don't know how I'm going to get through saying anything about my kids.
Yeah. I don't think you have to, you know, I mean, that's,
you know what I mean?
It's your retirement. You get to fucking
say whatever I want, but
take your pants off if you want, whatever. I wouldn't, but you could. No, you probably can't.
Yeah.
Well, in today's Air Force, actually, it's probably encouraged. Right?
Stop me.
As long as you got some rainbow panties on underneath, you'd probably be all right. Fuck, man, that's I don't mean to make light of it. It's just holy shit. I can't even imagine. And I think that speaks to our not just our country, but first responders, policemen, firefighters. Like, man, they got to run into that shit all the time. Like I've got a ton of friends that are whether they're cops, firefighters, whatever. And man, some of the stories those guys have, I'm just like, dude, I don't know how you fucking do that day in, day out, and not just become so detached emotionally from everything, which I know a lot of them do, and it's a struggle, but man, it's brutal. All right, so
real downer there, huh?
Well, no, yeah, man, I know that's how it goes. But I guess back to my original question was this friendly fire accident. wasn't something you struggled with. You moved past it fairly quick. What happened after that?
So
Deployment.
Right after that, the biggest thing was they had a 24-hour stand down of all operations, kind of reset real quick. And then we continued on operations. Like we still continued to wreck and shop. Then the CANSOF pulled out for R&R. I got attached to the ODA, and they were out of, at the time, it was FOB Gecko, which was Kandahar. And it's kind of the sister FOB to the Canadian. So I didn't have far to go. But they were already out in the field because they were supporting the same operation. But they just didn't have a JTAC. So I went back to the FOB, rest, refit real quick, get some actually good chow and a shower, and went right back out. Well, because they couldn't get me into the where the ODA was, they dropped me off in an artillery battery that was out in the middle of nowhere, and then had the ODA come and pick me up. Well, just because I'm a comm nerd and I've got decent radios, I'm waiting for them to pick me up. But as they're coming to pick me up, the guys, not the whole ODA, came to pick me up, just half of them, and they took the vehicles. Their other half got pinned down. So these guys come up and they're like, "Hey, what's up, man? Nice to meet you." I'm like, "Hey, you need to get your shit. We got to go. Your guys are pinned down right now."
Yeah.
And they were like, "What are you talking about?" And so I read them in on everything. So we finally got to where they were at. We navigated through the grape huts and the fields and everything, and went and got them out.
Wow.
With the help of another ODA and another JTAC, and some Super Hornets.
Man.